Hello everyone, this is Fatma and this is Faye, and today we will be talking about
Toxoplasma gondii.
and this is
Toxoplasma gondii. It is a single-celled eukaryotic protozoan parasite. If that parasite enters a human, it can result in an infection called toxoplasma or toxoplasmosis. It is usually spread by the consumption of feces, predominantly cat feces or undercooked meat. Some of the symptoms include fever, enlarged lymph nodes, headache, and fatigue.
the diagnosis of toxoplasmosis is typically made by serologic testing. Serologic testing is a test to see whether a person has been infected or not.
As a human's immune system gets weaker over time, the parasitic cysts can cause some more severe symptoms. An infected person can develop muscle weakness, poor coordination, seizures, or permanent damage to the brain and eyes. And if a pregnant woman is infected, she could pass the parasites on to her baby. There is evidence that links Toxoplasma gondii infection to physiological conditions too. How to prevent Toxoplasma gondii. According to the CDC, they describe how to minimize the risk of toxoplasmosis. In humans, you should avoid drinking untreated water. Wear gloves when gardening and during any contact with soil or sand, because it might be contaminated with cat feces, which can cause toxoplasmosis. You should also teach your children to always wash your hands to prevent infection.
To prevent this from happening to your cats, make sure that they stay indoors only and that you feed them dry food or canned food, but not uncooked meat. Make sure to clean the litter box daily, and if you're pregnant, avoid doing so unless you have to. Then you should wear gloves or wash your hands before and after. What's interesting is that it can leap between almost all warm-blooded animals, and the scariest part is that there is no cure and it's almost untreatable. And most people who have toxoplasmosis don't even know it because there are no symptoms.
Toxoplasma gondii could contribute to other types of mental health, even suicide. Up to half of the world may be infected. One 2011 mouse study from the University of Leeds showed that Toxoplasma gondii infection in brain cells led to higher dopamine levels because the parasite makes an enzyme that controls how dopamine is made. A little backstory on dopamine. Dopamine helps regulate parts of the brain. But too much dopamine flooding the brain has been linked with illnesses that distort thoughts and moods like psychosis, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder.
This is the life cycle of Toxoplasmosis gondii. Toxoplasmosis gondii have really tough eggs, and when animals like rats or birds eat them, even just through contaminated water, they become intermediate hosts. Once that bird or rat makes its way inside of a cat, however that happens, maybe the cat is hunting, inside the cat's gut, the parasite will mature, mate, and sexually reproduce. And eventually, the cat will poop out more eggs, which continues the cycle all over again. In a human or other intermediate hosts, it can still hatch but only reproduce asexually. Once parasites get into your central nervous system, they can hide out in cysts and infect you for life. But you might not show any symptoms. Or if you do, it might be just like the flu. They're dangerous though, because parasites can enter your bloodstream and infect almost any kind of cell, including the immune cells. This concludes the end of our video.
Yes. for MIC205. Bye!
Bye!